Welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Thank you so much for all of you subscribers who keep coming back and supporting me and always posting such positive, encouraging comments. I really appreciate that. If you're brand new, welcome. So, the movie I'm reviewing today is called Watcher. This psychological thriller by IFC Films is now available on video on demand. It's rated R and is an hour and 31 minutes. The Movie Review Mom grade I'm giving it is an A minus. Now, I'll tell you why. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you might also enjoy. All right, so let's get started. In a nutshell, a young American woman moves with her husband to Bucharest in Romania for his job promotion, and she begins to suspect that a stranger who watches her from the apartment building across the street may be a local serial killer. The movie is skillfully directed by first-time filmmaker Chloe Okuno, who does a great job getting inside the head of a woman. Chloe Okuno also co-wrote the screenplay with Zach Ford. So because this is her first feature film, wow, she's got a bright future ahead of her. So let me give you the list of things that I liked. It's pretty long. There's a Hitchcock feel to this movie, which is probably the biggest compliment anyone could give to a film. Well, at least a movie like this, right? I had only seen Micah Monroe once in something before, the movie called Labor Day. I thought she did an excellent job, and I'm interested to see more of her. Believe it or not, she was a competitive kiteboarder before she decided to have a movie career, as if just deciding to have one puts you in movies. But apparently for her, it worked. The cast also includes Carl Glusman and Bern Gorman, among others. The director does an excellent job of building tension and suspense. Now, a lot of Romanian is spoken without subtitles, but it's intentional. It might be frustrating to not understand everything that's being said, but we're supposed to feel isolated and confused like the American wife, the protagonist in the story, and it works. We get to travel to Bucharest, Romania, and I love visiting countries in the movies. The camera work is outstanding in this film, too. It lingers just long enough on something or someone, making you feel uncomfortable and wondering about its significance. And that, again, is something that the protagonist is going through as she's looking at things, items, people, areas. She's trying to figure it out. And it's fascinating to watch her try to figure things out. And yes, there are plenty of jump scares. I always laugh when a movie can successfully make me go, oh, and I did. I'm intrigued that the title is somewhat vague. The Watcher. Who exactly is watching who? And I love double entendres. Now, with all of that praise, there were a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. First of all, many things are spoken so softly that it's often hard to understand what's being said. Act 1 is very slow. However, I felt like things begin to pick up about 25 minutes in. I understood the characters and I was ready to go. The end of the movie is abrupt, very abrupt, in fact. And I thought it said everything that it needed to in just the look that the actress gives. I was like, oh, yes, good. But I've also heard some people complain about how it ends so abruptly. What bothered me about it was that I didn't think it was plausible at all, given what we saw just a few minutes prior. Then something happens and I'm like, what? That wouldn't have happened. Now, ultimately, we've seen this kind of story before, but it's still enjoyable to watch because it's so well crafted. Now, you could say it's predictable, but you don't always know who, what, where, when, all the details. So I did enjoy it. Let me give you some tips for parents. As I mentioned, a lot of Romanian is spoken without subtitles. You see a married couple start to go at it on a couch as they begin to take their clothes off. However, it's the opening credits, and so you don't see all of the skin and that kind of stuff. You see some. There is a murder that's talked about. In fact, it's a decapitated woman. And then later, we actually do see a decapitated woman, which is disgusting, with blood and gore. You also see topless women dancing in one of those peak show facilities. So for those reasons, it's not appropriate for children. They might be bored anyway, especially at the beginning when we're just getting to know the characters and, all of that. Some adults may be bored too, because like I said, it's kind of slow moving, but I wanted to keep going. After the 25-minute mark, I was engaged. So some of the themes that are illustrated very well in the movie are voyeurism, language barriers, paranoia, suspicious behavior, isolation, creeper men and stalkers, emotional spirals, and then self-doubt. Are you going crazy? Are these things really happening? Fear, marriage, and trusting other people. All right, so let me give you a couple of recommendations for some other films that I thought were sort of similar. So if you enjoy those, I think you're definitely going to enjoy this one. The first one, of course, is the 1954 version of Rear Window. Now, that one was the first of its kind that I know of, and very well done. And then the remakes, I felt like, have also been very good. So check those out. Then there's another one called Secret Window. Again, similar themes. This one has Johnny Depp in it. And then the last one I thought of is called Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. Now, it was disturbing, so appropriately named. But again, something worth checking out if you like this kind of movie. All right, thank you so much for all of your support. Be sure and like this video. YouTube notices when people like the videos, and so then they spread the magic fairy dust all over my channel so more people can discover it. And by the way, tell all your friends to come and check out my reviews. I think that they're helpful in giving you the heads up on content and quality. All right, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.